Well, this is something new for me. Let's look back at 1968. The Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla. And my favorite of all Japanese mecha machines, the Moonlight SY-3. This is the Billiken 30 centimeter model kit, which I put together and painted, of Godzilla. And the model of the SY-3 is 19 inches of vinyl folded and set. You can't open the wings out. This is the first transformer that I know of. This ship actually changed shape. The wings opened, the engines spread. It actually changed shape, and that was for atmospheric flight. This is the moon configuration, or space. And to be honest with you, I don't know if this Godzilla, as big as he is actually in scale or not. He's pretty darn big. The crew fit in this little cockpit in there, if you can see the little square window. And this might be a little bit out of scale. I have actually another Godzilla, sculpted by Yuji Sakai. This is also a 68 Godzilla. And it's a Kaiyodo kit that might actually be more in scale. I'm not sure what is most accurate. But I've got two 68 Godzillas. I just love this large lumbering guy because to me he looks, I don't know, there's something about it looks more like he's right out of the movie. Now the SY-3 model was a lot of work to figure out how the heck to get the pattern on it. It has red stripes, green stripes, and when it's folded, it's really tricky to figure out how the heck they show. I added some antennas. There are little metal pieces there sticking out of the tips. Went back and I painted, there's a door on the bottom that actually when it stands would be a ramp for the inner tank that's not included. And as you can see, saucer. I've got one little guy here, it's a little Kilaak saucer, glowing red hot. And I don't know if it's in scale or not, but I love the fact that I've at least got a saucer. So this is the villain. This is the Kilaak villains from Destroy All Monsters. Sorry, I just love these little guys. That was a little toy I ordered from Japan. Oh, by the way, get yourself, if you got little guys like this, get yourself some explosions. You can get plastic explosions from all over the net. There's nothing like having explosions with Godzilla models. This is the fire monster, which flies up and lands on the cockpit and kind of hovers and makes the SY-3 do all kind of weird maneuvers. And it's actually a saucer. It's actually, and for this toy, the saucer fits inside this. I'm not going to open it now, but that's a really cool and rare Japanese toy that I found. It's the only Kilaak saucer I've been able to find. But that's the enemy that these guys are hunting down. And you can see the front-on view there. Yeah, I made this little base. It's sort of a makeshift wire frame so that I could turn the model. You can see the back end with the blue flame areas there. These little landing pads, they were like little tanks in the movie. It landed on tanks. I guess so it can maneuver around when it stood. And plus, as you're hearing in the background, this ship came with its own theme song. I mean, sorry, I love the other monster movies. I grew up on Destroy All Monsters, so things like Gigan and Son of Godzilla and all those, they just didn't hold as much water for me as Destroy All Monsters did. This was my Godzilla as a child, my favorite Godzilla as a child. I've since grown to love so many versions and iterations of Godzilla. But this guy here is just an absolute favorite. And I think Billiken did a pretty dang good job. Sometimes they're hit or miss. Sometimes their accuracy's not that great. But look at the expression in it. It's a really nice iteration of that model of Godzilla, of the suit. And again, the combination of the SY-3 and Godzilla is something that not only warms my heart, but gives me memories of childhood. So I hope that this is something you find enjoyable too. Enjoy.